other website, hbtvghana.com, where you can get yourself updated with news in respect to entertainment, politics, and any other one. I'm taking it calm and chill today because we'll be diving into the gospel fraternity. We'll talk about the gospel music a little bit. We'll give you trends as usual. Daily dose of them, and also the big conversation is where we will dive into the gospel fraternity. But for now, without further ado, let's dive straight into our daily dose of them. When we come back, we would continue.
Then you're wasting your time.
Don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain, you already hurt. Get a reward from it.
Now if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not point the finger saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Because every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. So now you got to go out and show them that I'm a different creature. Now!
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
The 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure.
Now, what are you gonna do?
Then you're wasting your time.
Don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain, you already hurt. Get a reward from it.
Now if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not point the finger saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Because every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. So now you got to go out and show them that I'm a different creature. Now!
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
The 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines.
So if it is that good, you played 2 times. So yes, enough motivation for you to get up on your feet and start chasing your dreams, no matter what it is. Yes, life is not easy. It's going to get painful at a point, but you just need to fine tune your mind and say, yes, this is the goal. This is where I want to get to. And no matter the obstacle, no matter the walls, you would get there. So hope we've motivated you enough, or we've given you the vim energy enough for you to start thinking and start moving towards your destination. So moving straight into our video crash of the day. Today is a Thursday, so definitely we have to throw back. And this particular song, yeah, brought up the whole crop or the whole new genre where it was dubbed as Zonto, which is originated from Ghana. We had lots of artists jump on it, and it became a thing. It was a song that came with a dance. It was a song that was played in the trotro, the taxi, the TV stations, your radio stations, parties. Even if you are morning devotion, I'm pretty sure some people use this particular song for morning devotion. And it's a song by Sarkodie, and it has Kese in there and also Apietus in there. They dubbed this one as Zonto Fiesta. Let's go and enjoy ourselves. When we come back, we'll talk about how the graphics looks like and how people I don't know what you think, but like I'll give you my thoughts on this particular tune.
P2 in the mix. Cafe. What? You know what time it is. Straight up, I'm ready to be born, baby. Fiesta! What? You want to hear mine?
Fiesta!
Charlie, she will want more. She go want more. She will want more. Charlie, she go want more. She will want more.
What else?
She go want more.
You wanna forget you want another
She
thing.
go want more.
I'm ready to be born, baby.
She go want
Then I get it
more.
in the mission, I go there. Too low. Then I'm at home, I'm releasing me. Good flow. Get a mess, I can't pay me, then the boss. Too show. And when I come, no one know me to say. Look, get them on the channel, but that she go once more. But in the summer, can I say me? Then when I pass, I said you make a phone. No one who said man, no be problem. So when the galatini who be done the calabuli, or be them what cash me, Buabi Sasuli, Kalanu Hucha, Waboma Kume Mutupe. Or to say Markube, she the rush, but I know say she go give to me. If you are saying I was able to pay you to me, one to me, into Bako who didn't see in the penny, I could pay better than I will pimpini. So one of home, they were 2 foes for Bantama. Since I who name him to maintenance. By force, be the witches once and I get him a body and I'm going home maintenance. So what else?
Charlie, she will want more.
She am a junction.
She go want more.
Femi Alankash.
She will want more.
Azonto
Charlie,
Fiesta.
she go want more.
Junction.
She will want more.
When I Femi Alankash.
She go want more.
Azonto Fiesta.
She will want more.
I'm ready to be
She go want more.
I go drive you very crazy, oh very crazy, bang on now. Cool it down, I bet you talk say you don't want double, and I go give you double. What they say you don't look for trouble. Me I know the fear, I go wind you away, my heart with yeah. Make you do one for my dad. It's party time.
Charlie, she will want more.
She am a junction.
She go want more.
Femi Alankash.
She will want more.
Azonto
Charlie,
Fiesta.
she go want more.
Junction.
She will want more. She go want more.
Charlie, this girl.
She will want
up here.
more. Charlie, she go want
First,
more.
and I will be now what for skinny. What pay me still, man, penny. What mommy get drove me so, man, man. What trouble that time so, man, twanking. What just I'm saying, that's still me chilly. The chain never back, make killing. A bar with the share me. One fuck feeling. A beer juice, keep him my normal feeling.
Sakori amu papu na do shishi. Badang go don't get the banum booty. I eat yellow palaga no needy. A beer juice, malaga to food.
Yeah, me never yawn, me come papa can't do. Whoever dropping, what bra with the trampo. To make it best thrown on the pass here, cancel. There was some of wedding, who be facing Rambo. The bonus singing. Me than will go to Jelly actually view. Alanta. And me think Catty another view. And I said, would you who did the ament team?
Charlie, she will want more.
She am a junction.
She go want more.
Femi Alankash.
She will want more.
Azonto
Charlie,
Fiesta.
she go want more.
Junction.
She will want more.
When the Femi Alankash. Azonto Fiesta. Take it back. Yo, Ghana man, I'm waving with Gucci rag. It's a one-time hit, guess you where you at. What else? Now.
Purchase your track today. Purchase your track today.
So there you have it, Azonto Fiesta, and everyone was telling me that they repented. Kese is in there. Yes, Sako there. Yes, you could. I don't know what kind of memories you get from this particular tunes or tunes like this. We could talk about the Fuse ODG coming in with Azonto, and a couple of tunes. Gasmela also came in with some Azonto tunes, and a couple of people actually jumped on that particular trend, and it was really amazing, because anytime that particular beat or song in that respect was played, it was linked to Ghana. So it was something that we could say with chest that yes, originated from Ghana. So you can go out there on all the platforms. If you're a newborn, like these girls, these young ones, who don't really haven't lived that long, and you haven't really experienced the Azonto kind of lifestyle, can go out there on YouTube and enjoy tunes like this, and you would definitely be entertained. We'll go for a quick break here. When we are back, we'll dive straight into trends, and then we'll go into the big conversation. So stick and stay, don't go anywhere.
Purchase your track today.
Say Yeka lifestyle in fashion. Look no further. Nabra Patrick Designs and Training Institute. Your fashion design, male and female attire. Yeah, ICT training, cosmetology, catering, decor. The new course I had up and only your kente weaving. Your 6 month, 1 year, and 1.5 year. Your weekdays and weekend sessions. Time, morning, afternoon, and evening. BTI affiliated to NVTI.
I had challenges where I was before, but when I came here, it was just fantastic.
I seen a benya foundation. Say, almost a 2 months, some person come at the Amumbra Prophet. Now you're the best.
Locate us at Okwasa Festus, bus stop, Accra, Ghana. Friend, it was 024 675 6718 030 396 0215. Perfect Training Institute. We are one big family.
So wo fe se dey na o ka anya utumi luzu bibia bi enu ti na Edu Motors ewo ho wo ka ye dada uni sika pudo adbeto foforo a ko Edu Motors ono be yen hyehyɛ ama o ka foforo Edu Motors inti truck ni taxi drivers bebre wo kromo a omu ye car owners for driver's license 2 passport pictures and 2 guarantors omu ni wachi enko Edu Motors netu ya 10% of car na open bo why ye car owner wie ni aka no obetua no small Edu Motors ahoto aba insurance no obetwa man free na se we engine no kra say a omo ba ko asem free to America koye head office e wo Kaswa Widiba Road Barrier Junction baby awo na ho a me pato G number we ne frɛ je betche Edu Motors branch e be wo no akwaje wo car
0594 753 989 ana 0266 633 017.
Edu Motors, your light has come.
It does get better anytime your favorite shop, Melcom, says it's there for you and got you covered with all your daily need items. Continue shopping on products ranging from groceries, stationery, electronics, homeware, kitchenware, furniture, home decor, electrical, and many more at low prices. Terms and conditions apply. Melcom, where Ghana shops.
Are you sick? Or you want to check your health status? Then Chris Ford Hospital and Diagnostic Center is the best choice for you.
At Chris Ford Hospital and Diagnostic Center, we have the best doctors who are specialists in MRI, laboratory services, inpatient care, specialist care, and emergency services.
We have CT scan, X-ray, ultrasound, ENT, ophthalmology, and mammography.
The gynecology, pediatrics, pharmacy, ambulance services, and not forgetting our morgue.
We accept NHIS and any accredited private insurance.
Call us on 050 6675 037.
You can locate us at Dome near Parakou Estate adjacent CFCC Church.
Chris Ford Hospital and Diagnostic Center. We care.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the studio. I don't know why Sugar Bread is excited over there like that, because I actually hear his voice here and all that. But why save me some of the fun. Why? So moving straight into trends. Some of the stories are very interesting, and some too are stories that we can literally talk about. So let's dive straight into the first one. And this one says, I failed 4 subjects back in tertiary when I was the SRC vice president. Uncle Ato shares the motivation behind his hit track, Onyame Womu. Onyame Womu. Let's check out this video. When we come back, we will continue.
I mean, can't wait. It was school. No? One time, na me fairly subject best 4. Wow. 4.
University.
Okay. That time, na me SRC vice president.
Okay. Hey, and vice I fairly.
But nyami adum me so anajume bom pie na nyami hu me mobo. And it be kra bom pie. Be ma no aye ni suasa na me ti o makumem. Onyami womo ebesi uye. E wana nyum ni free ba. Abrama pabano endibi semede. Onyami womo ebesi miye. Once you find say next time me feature.
Feature me simple. I go to make.
Okay, so there you have it. Sally, everybody makes mistakes. So at a point, and yes, maybe our born, but probably the pressure from somewhere or things weren't just going right. So that there you have it, Uncle Ato, on some of the failures he had experienced in when he was in tertiary school, when he was in tertiary and all that. So I hope you pick some motivation from that challenge. Even if you feel cry, you can still get back on your feet and continue. So moving straight to the Fifth Dimension album artist and Stonebwoy, and he's doing amazing and he's doing not just for himself or family, he's also touching the lives of people in the community. So Stonebwoy commissions 4 boreholes in Tiamwa in 4 boreholes for Tiamwa community western region. So let's check out this video. When we come back, we'll continue. Okay, so there you have it. Stonebwoy doing some charity work here and all that. So moving from that, I encourage men to cheat when their partners denies them sex. Wow. Let's check out this one.
She's succeeding. You know what? There's a question mark. There's something wrong with you, the man. That means you need help, and men need to cry out for help when they do need it. You know, so unless the woman is the reason, I encourage men to cheat if their women are not
minding them, and taking good care of them.
Or touch what? Wait, how they be what diarrhea? They be out here, they be out with one cotin or yes, sickla. Abasama, no, seriously, if your husband touches you and you are always complaining, or call out. And please, I endorse any man who's going through that.
Hey, wow.
For side chick.
Hey. This is Hits.
Side chick.
Hey. This is Hits.
Wow.
For side chick.
Hey. This.
So there you have it, and that is her opinion. And I know some men would side with her, some men would also not side with her. So let's just leave it there. So Asantwa is not here for me to go back and forth with her. So I'm just going to leave it there. But if you're at home, you can discuss with your partner, you can discuss with your wife or whoever it is you are watching the show with at home. And moving straight to the last but not the least, I want to advise young ladies to date only one man. I want to advise young ladies to date only one man. Let's check this out.
People, and me, I wouldn't even want a woman to date just one guy. You say,
okay.
You know what I mean? Pardon? You know, you see our part of the world, dating is structure. No. Okay. Dating is getting to know the people. Yeah. And you understand what I'm saying? Have options. So that you
about 5
yes.
minutes to have options.
Yes, have options so that you can choose from. And then don't run away from conversations like the one that I'm talking to you about. Have that conversation. If the person is responsible, you know. If the person is childish, you know. Me, every single person that I've dated that hindsight, I knew they were childish. Forever they are childish. They are still childish.
Right.
You will see it. It's just a matter because ladies love to like act like, oh, as if I like, as if I don't.
Okay, so I told you that the story is Charlie, some are up, some are down, and all that. So I don't know what you think about this one too, and I don't know what you think about this one too. And as Antoine is also not here, so you do that discussion at home. Probably tomorrow when we sit, we'll bring any of these topics up to have that conversation on it. So there's another story here, but I'm not sure the video will be appropriate for television. So Ajagraja throws heavy insults at evangelist Nana Asamoah. You know what happened and all that, speaking about his seat he carried to a show and all that, and Ajagraja has come out to reply to that. But we're going to skip that particular video and go for a quick musical break. When we come back, my guest will join me. We'll talk about his music, we'll talk about the gospel fraternity as a whole.
Baby, nyamiaye. Diet but the phone. Rami Antonio. Ojanja for penning. One of your potency. Asumji henny. On nani foja. Onyanko pontum for. Adichi and Soma, just what they bought it here. Oh, foot so for one when he wants to a wonderful penny. When you're putting ah, so be a hint. My one is so on that for child. On that point so for Adichi and Soma.
guys, welcome back to the studios of Home Base Television. And yes, moving to the big conversation. I'm excited because we're going to talk about the gospel world. We'll talk about his music. And the video we went to watch is the video for his new song. We'll talk about him. We'll talk about experiences because he's a UK-based Ghanaian worshiper. And looking at the kind of worship sometimes we see on TV here in Ghana and what they do out there, I know he's gathered much experience to come and share it with us. So, CC Edwards.
Yes, sir.
Hope I got the name right.
You got it right.
Hope you're doing good too.
I'm doing wonderful. Yourself?
I'm doing great. First and foremost, who is Edwards? Or who is CC Edwards?
I grew up here in Accra.
Okay.
I wasn't born here, but I grew up at Salam Down. And then when my father retired from the police force, we moved down to Adabraka. Stayed there a little bit. Went to Osa, for secondary school, and then I traveled to the US.
Okay.
So that's where I've been, and I work a regular 9-to-5 job, and then do
music as well.
Music, yes.
Let's do a little bit about let's play around growing up. How was growing up for you like? Did you grow up in a religious home? How was it the kind of home where there's gospel music all the time, or you had the liberty to listen, or you were introduced to other genre of music?
I wouldn't say I was introduced. I mean, when you're going to secondary school, I loved songs, music. So one of the things that we, there was this guy called, so his nickname was Bodies, right? So Bodies lived next to the house that I lived in, and he was a music person. So I would give him money, then he would buy a cassette, and then he would put the modern or the current
songs on there.
Current songs, which were usually, rap music and all of those things. So we would learn, and then go. The times were the times of Alex Ofori, those guys who danced a lot. Terry, I forgot the name. Terry, something. I forgot the names of the guys that used to dance. So, I didn't grow up in a Christian home. I lived in a police barracks, so everybody was there. But everybody was your mother, everybody was your father, even though I had my father there. So, we'll go to church. My cousin took me to the Catholic church, the cathedral at Salam Down. We go to Methodist, we go to, so I wouldn't say that necessarily grew up in a Christian home, but,
I'll come to when you I don't know how to put whether I'd say you met God or God met you, but SS during the secondary school days, we know we get distracted as youth whenever we get to the secondary school. It's either somebody's doing this or sometimes even sticking to your books is a problem. And sometimes you see somebody running around singing, somebody playing football, basketball and all that. Were you doing any other activities aside the curriculum, the book kind of thing?
Not necessarily, to be honest with you. I spent too much time listening to music. And I didn't do any sports, even though I love sports. But I didn't really spend time doing any other thing. I would sit down, write rap.
Wow.
Because we were going to a rap competition.
You know,
and then make sure that boys, saved up money because we're going to tiptoe for jams. And for me, I would go just stand at the DJ side and look at what he was doing.
So the love of music was like there.
There.
Did it affect you academically? Did you fail in any subjects?
No. I mean, at some point I was struggling because I wasn't paying attention. I was the type who don't have to read much. I just glance and
some sharks in the building. Let's move to after ISX. Did you start doing music before you traveled, or you went to the US before you really wanted to do this gospel thing?
So gospel happened when I went to the US. But I was very much interested in gospel music. I listened to the old gospel music. I'm talking about. I came to love the times of Hannah Marfo. There was this lady called Selena Decker Joe. I mean, the times of Daughters of Glorious Jesus.
Yeah.
But even before them, we had the SDA, old SDA, gospel songs. I don't know if I should call it gospel, but yes, it was Christian gospel, yeah. I'm trying to remember some of them, but I love them.
Okay.
So you realize that I had listened to a lot of gospel music from childhood, but gospel music for me as me getting actually started when I went to the US. Yes.
Sometimes people have to pass through stuff before they come to the realization that this is what you need to do. Did you have that experience, or it was just a conscious decision that, okay, so I've listened to them, I'm at church, I know how to sing, why don't I just do it? Or you had to pass through an experience to get to the point where you started?
There's a mixture of all of them.
Okay.
Right, because when I finished secondary school, I didn't know where I wanted to go. Direction, I just didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. And so I went through a few challenges, but then also because I had been taken to church so much, it was there. Right. We'll go to every crusade at Accra, and then they will call, we'll walk from Asylum to come to Nimat for a crusade.
Wow.
To Kanda, to Trade Fair. I've walked from Trade Fair to home, to Asylum down before.
Just because of the love of music.
I'm telling you, those days were Parfum, like where there was Trade Fair going on.
Yeah.
There was Parfum 90. There were other things that happened in the 80s, and then even in the early 90s. So, like I said, those life experiences were there.
Yeah.
But then I made a conscious effort to just give my life to Christ, and just live my life with the help of God. So.
One thing reading about you, one thing I realized is you love worship.
Yeah.
And amazingly, you do it. You do it very well. You lead worship and all that. We know it's I don't know how different it is, but to lead a congregation into worship, and also to go to the studio to record, let's say, a tune and stuff like that. Does it come with any differences, doing it live to the congregation, and also maybe going to the booth to record it?
There is, but then also you have to try to incorporate both, right? Because when you are on this stage, as much as I've stood in front of my church congregation countless times, every single time I'm nervous.
Wow.
Because you want to do it right.
Yes.
And now that is the one mistake that a lot of worship leaders don't try to do it right, because it's not about you. Just prepare your heart and just go and point the people to Christ. That's it. Okay. So in the studio, you have time to
correct yourself,
correct things, make mistakes, because they will fix it for you, right? But on the stage is different. Right, so that's about the difference. Yeah.
So the new one out, but before we even go into the new one, right now I can state emphatically that you've enjoyed music here in Ghana, you've enjoyed music in the States.
Yes.
As a music person, technically or not so technically, what do you think is the difference between the music we consume here and the music that is being delivered to you guys there?
Okay, so let me talk about even Black Americans.
Okay.
And then as to compare it to us, because we're blacks. They like quality.
Sure.
So sound and even the gadgets, instruments, or whatever they use, they when they're doing something, they do it to the max. They maximize resources.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, I don't live here, so I can't relate to it, but dealing with a few people, what I've realized is that we like to cut corners here, even though we want the best. You cannot get the best by cutting corners. You understand?
Yes.
If you want the best, give it your all, right? And over there, people will work for you before they take their salary or their pay or whatever you understand, because they want to make sure
it's good.
Yeah, and they value relationship than money.
Yeah.
Even though they want their money, they come after you,
Definitely.
but they value relationship, so they will go after relationship before. But like I said, they give their best. And I'm sure the ones here who have had the opportunity to travel and work with some of these great people, I'm sure that they understand what I'm talking about.
I pray we pick up very soon. So moving to your new song, which is dubbed Mresantin. Let me quote your own words. I received the chorus of the song during a prayer walk, and when I go home, I decided to write an
appellation.
So I received the chorus to this song during a period of work, and when I go home, I decided to write an appellation to the chorus. So you were on a prayer walk, and it dawned on you. How does it work? Because man, maybe we are not really close to God that much, because this is the first time I'm having somebody say, okay, so most of the time it's like I listen to a sermon or I was reading the Bible, but you were having your prayer walk and dawn on you, and you had to go home and get it down. How does it work with you when you get talking about inspiration to songs? Is it just like that what you just said here, or how does it really go on?
So I'm mostly inspired by nature and creation. I'm going to be forever amazed at the thought that is put into creation, right? And so, like I said, that day I was, so the walk was a walk that I do, like not just prayer walk. I could be just for exercise sake.
Okay, sure.
But on that particular day, I was listening to worship music.
Okay.
And just praying, and the worship, the song that I was listening, I was actually watching the video on my phone. And you could see that the atmosphere in the video was really like strong.
Yeah.
And so I started looking around, looking at the trees, looking at all the things God has made. And I'm like, what is this God used? So, and so by me joining them, even though it's not a live worship, it's a live worship, but not live. Yeah. And that's how the chorus came. So I was like, free me something, kusi me something. And then I kept repeating it so I don't forget. I didn't want to stop listening to the video, but I kept repeating it so I don't forget. And then so happened.
That was on better tune.
That was just for the chorus.
For the chorus.
Chorus, yes.
What really went into making it? Because I know you get a chorus, you need to come up with the verses and all that.
Yeah.
Did you get the verses out of an life experience, or did you have to read the Bible? How did the verses come together?
Yeah, so this particular song, I listened to an old woman who was, appellating God, using, the deep stuff.
Yeah.
I had listened to her, way back. This thing is just wonderful, and so, but what I do is that I go to the Tree Bible and get the exact translation of a particular word.
Yeah. So
that means that I have to read the scripture, and so when I read the scripture, then I get the exact word that I want to use, because music, worship, or music itself, gospel music is gospel, just done in music, right? And so basically, that's what happened, where I penned down. It wasn't out of any experience. If it was out of any experience, it was from the prayer walk.
Okay. How is it doing though? How are people relating to it, and what are some of the reactions you are getting from people after listening to the song?
I mean, it's going good. People are telling me, oh, I like the way it's mellow and it's high lifey, right? Because we think that or a lot of people think that worship music is supposed to be this slow song and it has to be done a certain way. But if we're doing worship music doesn't have a specific beat to it.
Yeah.
It can be fast paced, but it's still worship based on the lyrics. So the reactions are good, and hopefully people get to worship with it. I want to hear it in churches and
definitely.
And all of those things. Yeah.
Is there a body of work coming up? Is there an album EP coming up, or is it going to be singles for now?
So we released You Are God about 4 months ago. That's English. And then this is released now. So there are 4 more songs that are coming. That is. So in September, that will be around my birthday.
Yeah.
We'll release one. And in December, we'll release another one. So the next one that will come after this will be an English worship song. The next one after that will be a Tree worship song.
Yeah. You just directed me to my next question. Why is it Meresante? Why isn't it in Tree? Couldn't it have been in English since you are based in US?
That's a tricky question. I mean, if you take the Tree language, Tree Akan language, you realize that there are certain things that you cannot quantify in